As a final consideration for this series, we'll round off with a proposition. Inerrant translations and copies of the Bible would be logistically impossible. And it's only those with an oversimplified perception of reality who would say otherwise. Let's see how. No language or culture has exactly the same structure or outlook. That being the case, how would it be logistically possible to provide inerrant copies and translations of the Bible for everybody? A simple-minded critic might say that all the biblical scribes had to do was copy what they had word for word. But words are meaningless without contextual understanding. Most translations are an attempt to keep the Bible in context with a specific culture, in accordance with what the Apostle Paul stated. But what would it take to accomplish this purpose? To explore that, let's have a look back at a really old Tecton TV vid from years ago.
Good evening, and welcome to Did the Bible Blunder? I'm Warner Wolverson. The question for the evening is, does the Bible incorrectly identify bats as birds? Tonight we have a special panel discussion format added to the usual guest spots. First, for the affirmative, we once again welcome the head of the Free-Thinking Atheist Response Team, Dork Darkins. Mr. Darkins, I trust you had a safe journey this time?
Yeah, no flats. I walked all the way from Tipperary.
You did? But that's on the other side of the ocean, is it not?
Yeah, I walked on the bottom and held my breath.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Darkins. And now, once again, for the other side of the question, Dr. Annabelle Martzer. Good to see you again, Dr. Martzer.
A pleasure as always, Warner.
Now, Mr. Darkins, it was you who insisted that tonight's venue include a panel, correct?
Yeah, Warner, I mean, not to complain or anything, but that lady does have 3 PhDs, so I hired an expert panel to help on this one. Can you introduce them now?
But of course, Mr. Darkins. With us tonight also to help answer the question, our 3 panelists. First, from Guadalajara, Mexico, research biologist and specialist in bat behavior, Dr. Hector Guano. Dr. Guano, how are you?
Oh, hello. Just fine, thank you.
Also joining us from Transylvania, a bat expert, Count Vladimir Blog. Count Blog, I hope you are well.
Yes, doing bloody good, Warner. Thank you very much.
And finally, from Gotham City,
I'm Batman.
yes, of course. Welcome, Batman. Now then, Mr. Darkins, please tell us, why do you think the Bible blundered?
Well, that's pretty easy, Warner. Check this out.
Well, that does seem to pose an issue. Let's see what our panel says. Dr. Guano.
Oh my, yes. Bats are definitely not birds. They are mammals, which is an entirely different order of animal.
Thank you. Count?
A bat? A bird? Wait a minute. Ridiculous.
Thank you. Mr. Batman.
Any sister who calls me a bird is gonna get his head cracked open.
Ah. Thank you. Well, Dr. Martzer, what do you have to say about all this?
Well, Warner, The explanation is really rather simple.
I see. Let's see what our panel thinks. Dr. Guano?
Well, it is certainly true that the modern scientific classification scheme was not invented until hundreds of years after the time of the Bible, and the bat certainly does have wings. So, it is not a scientific classification, but I can hardly say it is wrong.
Thank you. Count?
So it is saying nothing more than that the bat has wings? Wait a minute. That's true.
Thank you. Mr. Batman.
Works for me, Warner.
Hey, wait a minute. I paid you guys to be my panel. Paid us? We haven't seen a dime from you yet, chump.
That is so. And also, no one gave you a guarantee that we'd support anything and everything you'd say.
Huh? Oh yeah? Then you can all forget being paid.
I wouldn't count on that.
Do you guys take MasterCard?
Well, I suppose that concludes our discussion. Mr. Darkins and panel members, thank you. Dr. Martzer, thank you again as well. Until next time, this is Warner Walrusson. On behalf of the crew here at Did the Bible Blunder, thank you, and good night.
Don't have throat cancer.
Based on what we've seen, what would a translation of this verse look like? Initially, it might look more like this, at least to resolve the question raised by Dork Darkins in the vid. But we're not done yet. We then have to deal with the objection covered in this old vid.
Hi, Willie Hayes here for Bible Clean. I'm standing here waist deep in this mud to tell you about the most exciting product, Bible Clean. What can Bible Clean do for you? It's not a laundry detergent. It's not a floor cleaner. It's not even a dessert topping. It's Bible Clean. It's a product that makes you ritually and ceremonially clean and pure for those special spiritual occasions. Don't just get it clean, get it Bible Clean. Let's face it, we all have personal purity codes. Do you avoid stepping where someone spit on the sidewalk? That's a purity code. Do you dial 911 when your vegetables spill into where your meat is on your plate? That's a purity code. Ritual purity is important to all of us, and Bible Clean makes being ritually pure as easy as 1, 2, 3. show you how Bible Clean works. These two guys have some kind of skin disease. One is only a little spot right here, and he's not clean. But with Bible Clean, this guy who has it all over his body can be declared ritually clean. So can this other guy who doesn't have anything anywhere on his skin. Bible Clean is all about making you uniform so that you represent the finest in ritual purity. And that's not all. Bible Clean makes sense of all those Old Testament laws you just couldn't figure out. Why does it say you can't eat lobster? Because lobster lives in the water, but has legs like a land animal. Why does it say you can't make a sport coat out of two different kinds of fiber? Because it's two different things mixed together. So there you have it. Order now and receive 10 boxes of Bible Clean for the price of 1. Plus, you get the ultimate cheese grater and a big lump of frozen Hungarian goulash absolutely free. Just pay shipping and handling. Order now, because once you join the New Testament covenant, you won't be needing Bible Clean anymore. Don't just get clean, get Bible Clean.
Dial 1-800-555-5555. That's 1-800-555-5555. What? Never mind. Just write it down, for pity's sake.
Why are we even selling this stuff then?
So now we can update our passage again. And with that, well, maybe we're done. But if this seems simple, keep in mind that I just had to show you about 10 minutes of explanation, just to overcome two major uninformed objections to interpreting this passage by modern people. And they're due to issues that the original authors and readers would have understood implicitly. By the time we've done that for every Bible verse, your typical Bible will fit inside one of, these. See the problem? There's more though, and we'll discuss some more of those next time.